Fox 6.
We begin with the latest out of Easthampton School Committee members meeting tonight to come up with a plan for what's next in their search for a superintendent. Good Monday evening, everyone. Welcome to Western Mass News at 10. I'm Chris Pisano. Now, this has been a story we've been following closely since March. Western Mass News reporter Maria Wilson joining us live in studio with the latest details from tonight's meeting. Maria.
Chris, 2 school committee members have stepped down and 2 superintendent job offers have fallen through, all in recent weeks. Now the committee is looking for a fresh start in their search.
It'd be good to start this process again fresh sooner than later.
The Easthampton School Committee looking for a fresh start in their search for the district's next superintendent. The group's Monday night meeting launched their search for an interim superintendent following the dramatic fallout with the committee's first choice, Dr. Vito Perrone. The committee voted to hire a 1-year interim superintendent with the option to offer that candidate an additional year.
I'm going to call all the candidates. I'm going to get the contact numbers from Liz. I'm going to ask them if they would be willing to interview, and will they send us their resumes.
They also agreed on basic parameters for the search, including candidates will participate in a site visit, a meet and greet with school officials, and a discussion over how long interviews will last. But now, this search will continue without 2 committee members. Shannon Dunham and Lori Garcia stepped down from the school committee. Garcia issuing a statement that says, "After deep consideration, it was with utmost regret to inform you of my resignation effective immediately. I can no longer work with a committee that has proven to act in a way that is detrimental to our school district and community at large." This announcement coming 2 weeks after Garcia told Western Mass News she was hoping the committee could stay united amidst the controversy. And after much discussion on how to move forward and possible timelines for interviews, Committee Chair Cynthia Kowinski expressed her thoughts on where the committee stands.
So I think we have a great start. I will make those phone calls, but we will publish who's coming and on what day when we know.
Candidates will have until this Friday to submit their resumes to the committee, at which point they will review those materials during their next session, which is set to take place a week from today. Reporting live in studio, Maria Wilson, Western Mass News.